Right then, lads and lasses, how we doing, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's daily news video, we have 2 bits of Newcastle United transfer news involving Mark GUEHI and James Trafford. You heard that correctly. Newcastle United have returned to the transfer of James Trafford, meaning that if we signed the 21-year-old goalkeeper, Newcastle United would have 6 goalkeepers in our squad. It's a bit ridiculous, don't you think? Yes, of course, Martin Dubravka, even Vlachodimos could be likely to leave the club, but another goalkeeper? Don't worry, we'll get onto that in just a second. We also have an update on Mark GUEHI, another update. It's really dragging on now that his future will be decided in the next 48 hours. This was reported last night, and also that Newcastle United's next offer has a significant chance to be accepted by Crystal Palace. We'll start off the video though, talking about what Eddie Howe said in his press conference this morning. Eddie Howe was asked, of course, this man right here is back tomorrow. He was asked, will Sandro Tonali feature against Nottingham Forest? Eddie Howe then replied, Sandro is definitely involved tomorrow. In other news though, Eddie Howe was also asked, and it's quite a big question, will Newcastle United sign a centre-back and a right winger in this transfer window? Eddie Howe unfortunately replied, no. Probably not. Don't worry, we'll start off with this news and we'll get exactly my thoughts, and you lot also let me know down below what's your thoughts on not being able to sign a right winger and a centre back in this transfer window. Fingers crossed Eddie Howe is actually bluffing the right way for once. Without further ado, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and of course subscribe if you are new for all Newcastle United content. Without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start off with what Eddie Howe said in his press conference this morning. Like I've just said, finally, after 10 whole months, Sandro Tonali is back. Eddie Howe was asked, will Sandro Tonali feature at the City Ground tomorrow in our Carabao Cup second round fixture? Eddie Howe then said, Sandro is definitely involved. Honestly, the Italian stallion is finally back after 10 whole months. Look, he hasn't played a game in 10 months. I don't think we can expect to see Sandro Tonali straight into the starting 11. He hasn't played a professional competitive game in 10 months. I don't think he'll be match fit. However though, if we were to take an educated guess, let's be real, he might very well get a substituted appearance, get his minutes up, get his match fitness back, and hopefully he can have a very great game against Tottenham Hotspur in what some may say, the more important fixture against the top side and in the league as well. I do know we need to prioritise the Carabao Cup considering we aren't in Europe, but nevertheless, Sandro Tonali is back. Moving on to the last important thing, what Eddie Howe said in his press conference this morning. He was asked by a reporter, will Newcastle United sign a centre-back and a right winger in this transfer window? Eddie Howe replied, probably not. No. Now, this is quite alarming to me. I fully understand that with our restricted finances and financial fair play, profit and sustainability regulations, we can't sign a top centre-back like Mark GUEHI and a top right winger. Unfortunately, we can't do this in this financial fair play world. However, this very much so hinders our chance at European football and definitely Champions League football. Is Miggy Almiron and Jacob Murphy enough for Newcastle United to get Champions League football? Look, don't get me wrong, I love Jacob Murphy and Miggy Almiron. Are they top quality players though? Unfortunately, to be quite harsh, no, they are definitely not. They are nowhere near Champions League level footballers. Don't get me wrong, Jacob Murphy can really penalise the smaller teams. He's got a fantastic cross on him. Miggy Almiron, he's a grafter, but the end product, the assists, I think it's something like 6 assists in 6 years. That's quite a very, very poor record. However, will it be enough for Newcastle United to get Champions League football? It was nearly 2 years ago, but can it be this season? If we were to get Champions League football, it may be due, or it will be due, to the quality around the team rather than them 2 right wingers in themselves. This looks like if we can't sign a right winger, we will sign a centre back, and I do really think that is more likely. I think Newcastle United, hopefully, I don't want to jinx us, touch wood, that we will sign Mark GUEHI. Then again, our centre-back position on the left and the right-hand side is really in good depth. For the foreseeable future, we've got Emil Kraft, Jamal Lascelles if he gets an extension. Fabian Schär, his future is a little bit unknown after this season. Big Dan Burn, Lloyd Kelly, we've got many players, Sven Botman and of course Mark GUEHI, but I don't think after Mark GUEHI we will need to sort of bolster the centre-back department. It will need to be a top-quality right winger, maybe in January or certainly next season. We do say this though, fingers crossed, we're all getting quite concerned. Let's just hope this is one of the many times Eddie Howe is bluffing in this transfer window. I really would love, and it is crucial, for Newcastle United to sign a top right winger and a top centre-back. However, it will definitely prove to be difficult, and I don't actually think that we can do that. Speaking of top centre-backs though, and more specifically Mark GUEHI, it's been reported last night by Sammy Mockbell of Mail Sport that Newcastle United have a significant chance of our next offer being accepted by Crystal Palace. Mark GUEHI's future will be decided in the next 48 hours. Bearing in mind, this video will go up at 5 PM on Tuesday, I was going to say Thursday there. It was reported, this story, on Monday night at 9:15 at night time. So we've got a little bit less time there. However, Mark GUEHI's future will be decided in around 36 hours. Not long left now. I don't even want to speculate on this too much if I'm going to be honest. This transfer saga is ongoing and ongoing and ongoing. If I'm going to be honest, look, if Mark GUEHI signs for Newcastle United, of course, I'll be a very happy man. 24-year-old, England's starting centre-back, Premier League proven and overall a very good centre-back. However, the time that it's went on for, it's dragged on. Crystal Palace have rejected 4 different bids. Seriously, it's kind of sucking the life out of it now. And if we do sign Mark GUEHI, yet again, of course I'll be happy, but it'll kind of be more sort of, thank God that's over, rather than, get in, we've just signed one of the best centre-backs in England. Really, it's went on for way too long, and it kind of has made us look a little bit weak in the media, and I really don't want that for Newcastle United. Finally though, as you may have heard at the start of the video, Newcastle United have returned to the transfer of James Trafford. This has been reported variously, so I don't know what source I will put on. It's been reported by Mail Sport, Craig Hope, The Guardian, but Newcastle United have returned to the transfer of James Trafford. Around a couple of weeks ago, Newcastle United placed a £15 million bid for James Trafford, and Burnley actually rejected that bid. Paul Mitchell, Newcastle United sporting director, actually watched the 21-year-old goalkeeper at the Stadium of Light last weekend. Lads, we need a right winger and a centre-back. I don't think we need a 6th goalkeeper. Now look, don't get me wrong, I think I'm actually in the minority here. Ever since we've been linked with James Trafford, I genuinely thought he would be a very good signing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to give a full-on novel of my thoughts about James Trafford in this video, as we've covered a lot of news. It will be in a different one if this sort of news progresses to a further stage, but it has been said that the goalkeeper could join Newcastle United this week, and personal terms will not be a problem. Let's just keep our eyes open for that one, but seriously, do we need a 6th goalkeeper? Let me know down below. But there we have it, lads and lasses. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new for all Newcastle United content, and yet again, let me know in the comments, do we really need a 6th goalkeeper? Without further ado, I've been Josh. Go and enjoy your day, people.